14.5 URGI, dare I call it. This is kind of my go-to gun now. I built it back in January of this year, and as I was building it, and I kind of knew beforehand when I was like putting all the pieces together, I was like, this thing's gonna be sick. And I wasn't wrong. So this has become my like go-to-war rifle, if you will. Kind of a jack of all trades, master of none, and figured I would go over it for you. The original plans for this was kind of inspired by, I was watching Micah Mayfield's scope switch video, and he had a pretty cool, like, I think he had a ripcord rail that was FDE, and then like the back was FDE and black in the middle, and that's kind of like what inspired the color scheme on this. I know that's very important. If you're a gun guy, you kind of know, like, you kind of want these guns to look cool. So that's part of the conversation that I had with myself about the color scheme behind this. And I knew I wanted the Geisley Mark 16 rail, so I knew like half of it was going to be FDE. This is what I went with. It's a Thoroughbred Armament upper. I got this from their website. Came with the Geisley Mark 16 rail, no muzzle device, and then the lower is a Sons of Liberty Gunworks lower. Strip lower, I put a Geisley parts kit in it. Just the basic parts kit, not the one with like the grip texture. I like that one. I was gonna get it, but I couldn't find it. And it was like I was purchasing all this right before the holidays too. It's a bad time. Starting with the tip, I have a Surefire close time flash hider. When I was doing the research, I thought that was gonna be the best muzzle device for a Surefire can. And it still might be, it's yet to be determined from my point of view. But the more like research and the more suggested videos I see, people are saying it's not. It is what it is. I have a Surefire 4-prong in the mail that's gonna go on my SPR, so we'll find out. But I have a Surefire can on the way too, so that's gonna be fun, shooting this thing suppressed. I know it can do it. I don't know if I could do it as a lefty, but we'll see. Daniel Defense 14.5 inch barrel. Came as a package from Thoroughbred Armament. They have some without the Daniel Defense barrel, but in my opinion, you should just buy it with the Daniel Defense barrel. It's worth the money. If this is like a serious like go-to-war rifle, if you will, without rule of law rifle, whatever you want to call it, I think that Daniel Defense barrel is worth it. I have a Surefire M640 or whatever. It's the turbo. It's the long turbo, whatever that tells you, with the Unity gas cap and then a mod button. So I think that's probably the best combo, at least the gas cap, and then using their USB-C, like the sync technology or whatever, and then whatever button you want to support that. Mod button gives you momentary, and then if I need to have it on constantly, I can just roll over and hit the button on the back. Say what you want about switches and all that. For me, a white light ND is not going to be the end of the world. But if that's something that you have to worry about, then I wouldn't go with the button, because it doesn't require like a whole lot of pressure. Like, it's very deliberate, but for the mod button specifically, especially if it's just out in the open like it is here. But this back tail cap it's a very distinct amount of pressure that you need. On this side, I have a BCM QD cup for the sling. It's a Feral Concept sling. I'm gonna take it off now because it's just in the way. I was rocking my sling here, and then at the receiver. I didn't really like that. I was testing it out for a little bit. I have that capability on all my rifles, but it just didn't work for me. So I ran it pretty much all the way at the end, and then on the outboard side of the stock. I think that works for me the best. Rail covers, the Magpul rail covers, just because the Mark 16 rail is pretty slick. So I just have that texture. Plus it's like a touch point for me. Like, I know my hand goes there. I have it forward a little bit. And then I have a ladder rail cover on top. Piece of Picatinny right here just for a bipod. Weighs nothing, so it just stays on there. Moving back, have an EOTech here. I originally wanted to do an LPVO for this, but I just didn't have the money for it. Like, I kind of wanted to do the Night Force NX8, but like I said, I just didn't have the money. So I went with the EOTech. And then typically this magnifier, 3x magnifier lives on here. For me, it works just fine. The only gripe I have about the magnifier is the eye relief kind of sucks. So I have to get pretty close to it for it to work. And I can't run iron sights back here just because of the eye relief. It is what it is. The EOTech is the EXPS3 something. It's the night vision one with the QD mount and the donut of death. I kind of like the donut of death. It's grown on me a lot. Before this, I have one other EOTech that I had just for the vibes. I like the EOTech. It's nice. I know the battery life kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Sons of Liberty Gunworks lower. This lower was super hard to find. It's just the regular, it's the Sons of Liberty flag. So it's pretty basic lower receiver by them. But when I was getting all this stuff, when I was like buying it slowly, the Mark 1 just came out, and I think I was getting the back end of that. The interest in Sons of Liberty kind of went up. I know like not everybody knew who Sons of Liberty Gunworks was, but after the Mark 1 came out and like all these videos about the Mark 1 were out, people started like really knowing who Sons of Liberty were. So this lower is kind of hard to get. But I kind of wanted the Loyal 9 lower, but the regular Sons of Liberty flag is fine by me. Bad lever by Magpul. I have that on all my guns. As a lefty, it just makes reloading easier. I have a Geisley 2-stage trigger. It's the SSAE, I believe. It's a super, it's clear. It's a super nice trigger. I have Geisleys in a couple of my rifles. Super nice. I know LaRue makes a similar trigger. I have one of them, but it's a flat face trigger, so it's a little different. Magpul safety selector, Magpul grip, Geisley lower parts kit, just a standard lower parts kit. I wanted to get the stippled grip, or the stipple lower parts kit. I have it in my SPR, but I couldn't find it. And I didn't want to buy all those pieces individually. Geisley trigger guard, Geisley charging handle. It's the airborne charging handle with like all the writing on it. I know if you want like a clone correct rifle, you just get the subdued one, but that's not what I have. It's fine, I don't care. PCM bolt, again, I was gonna do a Sons of Liberty bolt carrier group, but I couldn't find one in stock, so I went with the BCM, which is arguably better. I don't know. They're great. I have a Faro Concepts QD cup, like I talked about with the sling earlier. I have it there, but I don't really use it anymore. Forward controls design, buffer tube, and castle nut. Like I said at the beginning, I wanted to do like the FDE in the front, the FDE in the back, and the black in the middle. But it didn't really turn out that way. But finding a FDE buffer tube was kind of hard, so I went with Forward Controls Designs. I know they make good stuff, but it's fine. It has the numbers on the side. It's a cool buffer tube. CTR stock. It's the gold standard of stocks in my opinion. And then inside here I have a Geisley Super 42 H1 buffer system. So this thing sings. I know with the real URGIs, Geisley suggests that you run the Super 42. I'm not sure if it's H1 or H2. I might try an H2. I have it in another rifle I have, but this has a mid-length gas system, so maybe the H1 is just fine. I have to figure it out. I have good ejection, but maybe when I run it suppressed, it would be a little bit different. But that's my do-it-all rifle. I love this thing. I only have, I would venture to say, like 800 rounds through it, so I haven't even broke 1,000 rounds yet, but it sings. I've shot it at 300 yards. It's a tack driver. I want to take it out pretty far, but I'm just kind of limited by where I could shoot, my target selection, and my optics. I'll eventually take this thing out to 800. I know that's doable, but for me, that's a little far. And as a civilian shooter. If I shoot somebody at 800 yards, I'm going to prison. This is my rifle. Thanks for watching.